badass
Seems like there's another event going on at the Court of Fontaine! Look at that! Roadside...
Is this really okay?
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit.
No, not at all. I'm just in shock, that's all.
Ooh, is that lady the owner of Chiori'a Boutique?
I'm a woman of my word. Now, remember to not fold the gown, or store it under direct sunlight.
Oh, I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Are you here to check out the offerings?
Sure are!
That's right. Oh, Navia told me about you.
Oh, we've heard a lot about you too. Chiori'a Boutique is super famous in Fontaine.
Well, I appreciate the recognition.
Hey, Paimon's not a kid!
Oh, that.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Ugh, Fashion Week isn't what I'd call.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous Fashion Week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now?
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times.
Huh. Okay, so maybe fashion's more complicated than Paimon thought. All that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new Chiori'a designs at the show?
Absolutely.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics.
Oh, Paimon gets it!
Ugh, something like that.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though.
No need to worry.
Excuse me! Coming through! Coming through! Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm... really?
Deep breaths, Kirara.
Huh? And you're with customers as well?
These two are the Traveler and Paimon. And this is Kirara, Star Courier of the Komania Express.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. And sorry you had to see me like this.
So, what was the holdup?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Bandits, then?
Well,
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
Alright. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into.
So it was a targeted hit?
My fabric?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them.
Oh, are you okay, Kirara?
Oh, I'm good.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Huh?
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time.
And who might this person be? I appreciate your kindness, Kirara. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
Alright.
Uter.
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
So you both know this Uter guy?
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure.
Oh, so he's like a business rival.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square. Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson.
Chiori! Wait!
And she's gone.
Oh no.
You seem concerned.
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. Traveler, Paimon, Could you go after her and check out the situation for me?
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiori.
Well... Anyway, please look after Chiori for me.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer?
Nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me like that. Oh? And who are these two?
So you came too? Allow me to introduce you.
The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Well, I wouldn't say everyone on the patrol uses a musket.
Whoa, Chiori, Paimon didn't know you went so far back with such a cool person!
It's nothing. In my line of work, it's not uncommon to run into some trouble every now and then. In return, I've helped her take care of some things that you could say aren't exactly in her purview.
It's nice to meet you both. So, did something happen?
Indeed it did.
I only ever hear that phrase from you.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper procedure? Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the Special Patrol?
Neither.
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where is this person?
Follow me.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that. This should be the place.
You know, CHIORI'S, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work.
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
Exactly. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself. So, who got on her case this time?
Oh, so this is what happened.
Huh? Uter, you say?
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. So he's back at it, huh?
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
I just meant that Uter's done for.
Uh,
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases I just talked about.
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again. It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Chiori?
Officer, an assault's in progress!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence.
Ms.
Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future.
Apologies, officer.
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
That's all from me.
We'll see about that.
whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon.
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments.
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack of trash?
Believe it or not, they were that bad.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. Oh, that reminds me.
What a shame.
Have I?
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. We're back.
You were gone for an awfully long time.
There's nothing to worry about. What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. I'm being serious.
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow.
There's really no need.
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friend.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then...
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for Fontaine Fashion Week, right?
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say suppliers are super important.
But of course, that's also why this year's Fashion Week is so important to me.
But isn't your brand already really famous?
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard of the Chioria brand. Yes?
Well...
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chioria brand renowned throughout all of Teyvat.
all of it?
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chioria branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed?
Alternatively, of course.
Okay, I'll admit.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Oh, what is it? What is...
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me?
Oh, so we get to try on some of your clothes? Got it!
Seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the stitching and the silhouette of the designs.
Sounds easy enough.
No need. If you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique and see if anything catches your eye.
Ooh, sounds good!
Then we have a deal.
Yep, sounds good. Wait, kids club?
Speaking of clothes. Oh, need a bit of letting out around the middle.
No! It's a tear.
Ad asked.
Thank you for...
Did you read the paper today?
Chiori, we're here!
You're here early.
Wait, has Kirara left already?
Yep, with the
Did everything go all right on the road?
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the entourage. The way they marched forward with CHIORI'S in the center, you'd think she was some sort of VIP. They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for CHIORI'S.
Sounds like Navia really got into it.
My thoughts exactly.
You know, now that you mention Navia, Paimon thinks the two of you are actually pretty similar.
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. That same spirit is the true vision of my brand.
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the clothes to look cute.
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear.
Oh yeah.
Indeed. Give me a moment while I go retrieve some fabrics and sample outfits.
Set them up.
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types and styles.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into running a store.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
So, we just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together.
Please organize the clothes with an eye towards their types and styles. Ugh, you didn't get bought out by my competitors, did you? Ugh, never mind. Anyway, over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Excuse me, Miss CHIORI.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been? Your gown will be ready next week. Cancel your order.
But you can keep the deposit, of course.
Don't worry about the materials. It's all right. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange just now?
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a while. A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel. No one to take you to the ball. Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her from revealing the truth to us.
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to work on Fashion Week, right?
That's true.
Is Miss CHIORI in?
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to return this item.
Oh,
It's just, not to my liking.
is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations?
No need. You...
And I'd be happy to process that for you.
Is CHIORI here? I'd like to.
Another?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this one day to come and return my clothes.
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh?
Please calm down, sir.
Haven't you heard? CHIORI Boutique has been exposed for having close ties with criminals.
And just who is it that dares to throw that accusation around?
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here.
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead and hand over your garments right now.
You...
Elof!
Miss CHIORI?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
CHIORI.
They couldn't be more fabricated if you tried. The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week.
If you say so.
The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself.
Miss CHIORI, bad news.
Oh, for the love of...
It's our accessories supplier.
What? No accessory?
Yes, that's...
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think they'll probably pull out as well.
Even the suppliers believe those nasty rumors?
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already left.
So, no accessories means...
Not just that.
But if you take those away, does that mean you won't be able to make your designs at all?
Elof, you stay and watch the shop.
Yeah, and we can vouch for you too!
Thank you. In that case, please come with me.
I know Miss CHIORI has put a lot of work into making Fashion Week a success. I hope you can talk things through with the supplier.
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything.
Who is it?
Venger, we've worked together all these years.
Straightforward as always, I see.
And when has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation.
You're right. I only subscribe to the Steambird. And most days, I never even read the others.
So, these rumors.
No, not at all.
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them.
Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once.
Every how?
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, Chiori.
What sort of photo?
Yesterday?
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Behind the scenes, relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Chioria brand employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes.
Yeah, he was the one who's...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing stained with mud. They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes are just like you.
The absurdity.
Well, maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the truth is practically an exercise of futility.
Venger.
But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. But my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated in all of this. Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time's sake. Let this Fashion Week go.
You're free to wait things out, Venger. Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way for my success?
Well, fair enough. Then, I suppose all there's left to say is... best of luck.
Understood.
So,
Without the accessory...
how could they do this? They're making things up!
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not.
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse for an article?
You too. Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Miss Chiori,
That's great!
it's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several times. She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite. Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you know where she went?
She was just...
If you ask me, I think Chioria Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before.
Really? How was it?
The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Oh no, Did you hear what all those people were saying?
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little...
This is all Tear's fault. Wait a second.
That would only make the situation worse for her.
You've got a point. Elaf, we're back! Oh, who's this?
Ah, this is Miss...
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday, right?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her.
Ah, so you've come across that article as well.
Yeah, you probably don't know this. My fiancé owns a small business. He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes and how pretty they were.
And then?
And then something happened to the business. And we ran into major Mora problems.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from what was left of the original deposit?
Yes, she heard me out and then told me not to worry.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on.
Ah, what a shame.
Well, see, that wasn't actually the issue. He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business.
Huh? So wait, that...
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back.
Oh. Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the boutique.
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori out, I wouldn't mind at all.
I think it'd go a long way.
Hey, Olaf!
Huh?
Well, we were.
Oh, I remember now. In that case, why don't we split up?
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
So, in your opinion, what is Miss Chiori like as a person?
Let's see. Well, she's certainly not afraid to say what she means.
Miss Chiori isn't the sort to just give up.
Chiori?
Uh-huh. How did you know where I...
She did.
I'm not upset. Want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning. Don't worry. I'll catch you if you fall.
All right, don't mind if we do.
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty great.
Right?
Yeah. It's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment every once in a while.
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves.
Whoa, Paimon would have never imagined that.
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be. It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making outfits for every arrogant big shot expecting me to be at their beck and call. Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master.
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated.
Well, that's a great dream to strive towards.
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine. I had a lot of fun starting out. I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple. Oh, yeah. She did mention that dream. I'll be honest with you. Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream, my work has also become someone else's. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back.
Back? It was never gone to begin with.
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that he hired those treasure hoarders to attack Kirara. Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors.
I don't like duking it out in the press. I know where Uter's clothing factory is located.
Sounds good. As for...
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation?
But your accessories...
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about that, but to tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, I can't help but remember Inazuma. And the vow I made in front of those masters. Thinking about all that, I just... The sea. Come.
Chiori! Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitoile? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Ah, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us!
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitoile? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Ah, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
These should be enough, right? Chiori? Great! So are we gonna head back now and make some new designs?
Yes, but don't forget. Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories.
You mean we have to start from scratch?
I should be able to make it.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer.
Ganyu?
A friend of ours who does way too much overtime. Well, anyway, sleep is important.
All this grit and determination.
What else can we help with?
I suppose all there's left to do is...
You got it!
You heard me. Tear them all. When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma. If it worked back then, why not now?
But you were...
I know. No need to be nervous. Of course. Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions. Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. Who did this? Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes...
Maybe you should calm down a bit first,
Ugh, what is this, a soap opera?
Oh. So that's what happened.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's gonna orchestrate some conspiracy to take down one of my friends and get away with it.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town.
Now, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniforms as well.
Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past, to the Spina...
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here.
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work?
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. When are you going to get started?
Actually...
Ask away.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon?
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet? Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure...
Not this again.
What should we do about these clothes everywhere?
Sort them by the type of fabric first, and then by color.
That sounds pretty straightforward.
Great, you're both here.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
We read the article in the paper. She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances.
Oh, perfect. She was the one who sent us.
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to help.
Okay, so it's like...
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
Paimon's glad to hear it. Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the bad stuff Uterra's been doing, right? Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it?
Well, according to her, she wants to first beat Uterra fair and square at the show, and then defeat him in the court of public opinion.
A 2-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation second.
Understood. Then...
All right, we're counting on you. Okay, then let's also do as Chiori said and meet up with her at Uterra's factory in 2 days. Oh, Paimon...
Oh, you're here.
Chiori!
Just a few steps left now.
Wow, that's kind of...
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front.
Okay.
His factory is usually open to the public. We're just curious customers after all, aren't we?
Well, when you put it that way...
Anyway, Uter's factory is right over there.
Why would he open a factory over there?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low prices and large sales volume.
All right. Ooh, it's really creepy. Paimon would never choose to buy anything from a place like that.
You make a good point. Let's all be on our guard.
We're in. There really is nobody here.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please follow me, dear guests. First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Oter seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please, take a look around at your leisure. These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
Seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Look out! There are guards here!
Tacky.
This place is filthy!
Look over there.
Ugh.
And I was the one using unsafe materials, Uter?
So he was actually the one who opened an underground factory.
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Should the clothes made here even be worn?
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading.
That's terrifying! This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court. Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
This place seems like some kind of where? Huh?
like he knew we'd be coming.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because we used to be partners.
Wait,
When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd and shatter tradition. But with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, Uter's confidence disappeared little by little. Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able to make the designs we always dreamed of. And we parted ways. For my part, I gambled it all and devoted everything I had to that 1 week. I came out the other side with something that really made me proud.
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while Uter gave up on his dream and turned to making this sketchy stuff.
I don't know the exact details of what happened after. Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There's... Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. That's it.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Wipe out!
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to get higher.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. 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 Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here. Finally, the entrance! At last!
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the nasty stuff happening at your factory!
The evidence on your person, you mean?
More mechanical guards?
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
What?
Proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce. A carnival of ignorance!
You know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed with the concept of fashion itself that you let it paralyze you.
Spare me the lecture, why don't you?
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal, but it's up to you to decide what it is.
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall...
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? You weren't like this before, Uter.
He realized long ago how utterly naive and ridiculous that dream.
You gave up on your dream, but that wasn't enough, was it? You think you understand. But you're just a bitter man who let his regrets dictate his choices. This whole thing.
Pathetic.
You're right. Maybe all those who pursue their dreams are fools, but more pitiful still are cowards who are too afraid to even attempt what the fool is brave enough to try.
You!
Yeah, just leave this guy to us!
No.
But
It'll be fine. I'll deal with him.
catch up with us!
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your factory. No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this, if I may borrow the words of a friend, a guy like you doesn't deserve my sympathy. Allow me to show you. The Chioria brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chioria Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
An enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chioria brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself!
Did Chiori not...
Lights! Cameras! Over here, please!
let the show begin. The world may change, fashion along with it, but Chioria will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Chioria caters to no one, not even the times. Rather, Chioria will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks great!
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week. Well, how can you become renowned through all of Tevat without a fancy signboard of your own?
Now that you mention it, perhaps Pear would need an alias, of course.
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be 2 cats and a penguin stuffed into a single hat?
Ooh,
And a bit cramped.
Miss Chiori! I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite.
Huh?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette.
What about something other than a costume?
Thank you, Chiori.
Well, I don't really need anything. I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my international courier services from Komania Express, we're golden.
Actually, that reminds me.
Huh? About that.
The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get it.
What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we get something nice too, Chiori?
Of course. Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show.
Chev...
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report them to the Special Patrol at your earliest convenience.
Enjoyed that, didn't you?
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier.
And if I had...
No.
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you, have I not?
All right, I won't argue with you.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal for our efforts.
I'll have to take a rain check. Oh, by the way, Chio,
I don't need to hear it. Thanks again, Shelvrus.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last, that was really quite an amazing show.
You don't say.
All right, all right.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view?
A place with the view?
Perfect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want to give us that you couldn't share right in front of everyone else?
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chioria Boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, I decided to give them to you two. You've been a great help. There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win. Even if it was just to honor the trust that you had in me.
Well, we may have helped a little, but Paimon would say you deserve most of the credit.
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing that matters most is having friends who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. A single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chioria Boutique could have easily fallen to ruin.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point.
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious. I'm confident in the quality of my work.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry about that. Should we go back and join them at the victory feast?
Oh, yes. You know, of all the nights I've spent in Fontaine, I'd say this is the loveliest by far.